Morning guys, I'm on car plane. This is your first actual video update for Star Plane, sorry. I was calling his name how it was spelt, but it's not, it's Star Plane. So this is the first video for you guys for him, and he's a neat little horse, and he's come a long way. I know, you know, he's won his race and he's got all that race experience, but when I first met him, he was a little bit sort of erratic and a bit rude, particularly in the hand. And he's come a long way. We've had a couple of little fights, but he's quite sensitive, so you don't have to fight him too hard for him to get the message. He sort of works it out quite nicely, but he's much better in the hand, and his road work's really good. He's a bit looky, but he's quite well fed. In fact, he's a little bit too fat, so I've got to get his big fat belly off him before the next 2 weeks, because he will be ready to go probably the week after next. Watch out for the ducks, Star Plane. So look, I do like him. He's neat, his action's good, his attitude's good. He just gets a little bit hot and fiery, sometimes coming off the track. So I'm just hoping today that he's coming out to do 800, 3/4, 600 even, so it's his first bit of evens. And but he's been to the track a few times. He's done a few 3/4 workouts just to make sure that he stays sort of relaxed and settled, and I'm pretty happy with him. The only thing I've noticed him with this track work is he can hang on the left rein, which means he drifts out towards the outside rail, because I like to work him in the middle. So I have actually put a little prickle cheeker on him to stop him, so that when I pull the right rein, it just puts a bit of pressure on his nose and pulls him back across. I'll see if you can see it. See if you can see that little leather thing on the side of his mouth. And he did actually work better in it the other day. He doesn't hang at all in his road work, and I don't actually see anything physically wrong with him to suggest that he's got sore joints or knees or anything like that for why he's wanting to lay out. So it could just be mannerisms, because he was a bit sort of funny in the mouth and a little bit sort of probably just had a bit of a mind of his own, I suppose. When he first came, within the first sort of week or so, I suspected that he might have tied up. Although he didn't, his muscles hadn't locked up and seized up, he would come back being quite sweaty and be a little bit short in his action, to suggest that he was tying up. And then probably about another 4 or 5 days later, he actually tied up and locked up, which is a bit unusual for a gelding. So I have treated him with some N-acetylene, which is the equivalent of Kyneton for tying up, and also gave him some L-carotene paste as well, which is all muscle stuff, and he also gets some magnesium powder in his feed now too. And since then, he has not tied up, which is great, because we don't want that. It's usually a filly thing. Not so much, it doesn't happen too often with geldings, but he is a little bit of a rev head, a bit of a worrywart, so maybe that's why he tied up. So anyway, it's just food for thought. I did let Darren know too, because if he's put in a couple of bad runs on you, there's a chance that he could have been tying up, but because he doesn't actually lock up, the staff and stuff may actually not have noticed that he was tying up. It's very manageable if you know what you're managing. So I'm happy with him now, and he's good. So that's him. You can see him in the shadow. He works nice, and there's contact now in the mouth, which is good. It's only when he speeds up a bit that he starts to hang out a bit. But he's a little dude. He's a little pleasure. I won't show you his belly because it's getting low to the ground. It's quite big, so I have to get that off. But usually the fast work goes hand in hand. They trim up a little bit. Come on, little kid. It's a beautiful day. Let's see him. Come on. His movement's not a big, strong, striding action. It's sort of a little bit of a little short stride, but that's probably just him, because he's a little short type of horse. He's not very tall. There's not very far from his ears to his tail, so it probably goes hand in hand. But he's a little trier. Come on. Boy. Turtle. He's a good boy. Nice and quiet out here. It's actually a little bit late, so everybody else is probably finished, and I'm just here with Star Plane. I'm going to turn my beeper on. Ducks, good boy. boy. So he's doing 17 seconds from the 8 to the 6, then 15, 6 to the 4, 4 to the 2, 2 to the finishing post. Into the middle, come on. That was nice work. So he was spot on 17 from the 8 to the 6, 15, 6 to the 4, and he went sort of 15 and a half, and then 14 and a half. But no, that was good. He didn't need encouraging along. He was happy to travel. So I'm happy with that, and went a hell of a lot straighter with a little prickle cheeker on. So probably just drifted out a little bit in the last furlong, went to the outside fence, but he's certainly a lot easier to ride with it on, and it's not an intrusive hard one. It's not very prickly. It's just got a little brush fixture on it, and that's a good boy. So anyway guys, that's his work, and yeah, he's a nice little horse. He's in really good condition. I'll just see if I can show it to you. He's in great nick. He's probably a little bit in too good a nick, but I will deal with that. But I've always been known to be a good feeder, but I do manage it a little bit the last couple of weeks if they're looking like they're a bit too fat, so might just cut his hay back a bit because, you know, he likes to eat. So good luck with him guys, and it's been a pleasure to pre-train him for you, and I hope he wins some more races for you. Thanks.